So previously we looked at running a simple SQL row query in Entity Framework, and we saw how Entity Framework still maps a simple query because we're pulling from the students table and we already have a model in our C# application for student. It's able to match the object that we get back from the SQL query to the C# code, because the student class over here, you can see student class over here maps correctly, and we are able to do things such as loop through the student object that we get from the list of students over here, and this works as expected. But did you also know you can do complex things, such as you can actually write a complex raw SQL query? So here we're doing a select star from S, so this is the student, and you can see here that I'm doing an inner join against the students and subjects, and I'm checking which of the student doesn't have an active subject at all. So we're looking at where one of these students will not have an active subject, and then we're just going to loop through them and print the student's name. So what happens is, because we are only selecting the data from this table over here, notice it's select S star from this table, Entity Framework is able to map all the relevant fields from this table over to the student class that we have declared in our C# code. So it doesn't have any problems in mapping the fields. So if I run this here, and we should get an output of one student here, John, because John doesn't have any subjects in the data. If we look at the database, you can see this is the query that we run. And if you execute this, John doesn't have any active subjects. So if we look at the student subjects table, so you can see student ID 1, 2, 3. 3 is John's ID, and you can see although this student, he is active, but in terms of subjects he's doing, he doesn't have an active subject, while the other two students do have an active subject that they have enrolled onto. So this query here is what we expect. We want just basically this row of data, and you can see here we have replicated that within Entity Framework row SQL query by using the from SQL interpolated method, which also prevents SQL injection attacks, as we saw in my previous explanation. So you don't have to do simple queries like this.